Standing silently for over 6,000 years, the Carnac Stones stretch across the French countryside like a vast, ancient puzzle waiting to be solved. With more than 3,000 megaliths arranged in precise rows, this monumental site in Brittany, France, is one of the most enigmatic archaeological wonders in the world. Who were the people behind this colossal effort, and what could have driven them to erect such a staggering number of stones? Dating back to around 4,500 BCE, these towering structures have baffled historians, archaeologists, and curious minds for centuries. Were they an astronomical observatory, a sacred burial ground, or perhaps something even more extraordinary? As we explore the most compelling theories, we'll uncover not just the stones' possible purpose, but also the cultural and spiritual significance they held for the ancient people who built them. Could these stones have been a prehistoric calendar, marking the passage of time in a world without written records? Let's begin our journey into the mystery of the Carnac Stones. As you stand among the Carnac Stones, their precise rows stretching endlessly across the landscape, it's hard not to feel as though you're standing in the middle of an ancient celestial map. The stones seem to point purposefully toward the horizon, their alignment so deliberate that many researchers believe they were designed to track the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. This has led to one of the most compelling theories about the site, that the Carnac Stones served as a massive astronomical observatory built by a people deeply attuned to the rhythms of the cosmos. The idea isn't as far-fetched as it might sound. Alexander Thom, a pioneering researcher in the study of megalithic sites, spent decades analyzing stone circles and alignments across Europe. He proposed that many of these ancient structures were carefully positioned to mark key celestial events, such as solstices and equinoxes. At Karnak, the alignments of the stones appear to correspond with the rising and setting of the sun during these pivotal moments in the solar calendar. For example, during the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the stones seem to frame the sun's path with remarkable precision. Similarly, some alignments may have tracked the moon's cycles, which were crucial for ancient societies in marking time and planning agricultural activities. But why would a prehistoric community go to such extraordinary lengths to map the heavens? For one, tracking celestial events would have been essential for survival. Knowing when to plant crops, when to harvest, and when to prepare for the changing seasons could mean the difference between abundance and famine. Beyond practicality, though, the stones may have held a deeper spiritual significance. The alignment with celestial bodies could have been a way for the builders to connect with the divine, to honor the forces they believed governed their world. The stones might have served as a bridge between the earthly and the cosmic, a place where rituals and ceremonies were conducted to ensure harmony with the universe. As we ponder the possibility of the Carnac Stones as an astronomical observatory, it's worth asking, could their purpose have been both scientific and sacred? Did the ancient builders see the heavens not just as a guide for their daily lives, but as a realm of gods and spirits? This duality of practicality and spirituality adds another layer of intrigue to the mystery of the stones. And as we explore further, we'll see how this theory intertwines with other ideas about their purpose, each one offering a glimpse into the minds of the people who shaped this extraordinary landscape. While the astronomical theory offers a fascinating glimpse into the minds of the Carnac Stones builders, another compelling idea suggests that these megaliths were deeply tied to the rituals of death and the afterlife. Scattered throughout the Karnak landscape are numerous burial mounds and dolmens, ancient stone tombs that hint at a profound connection between the stones and the dead. These structures, often found in close proximity to the alignments, have led many researchers to propose that the Carnac Stones served as sacred burial grounds or memorials for the ancestors of the Neolithic people who erected them. Archaeological excavations have uncovered human remains and grave goods within these burial sites, offering tangible evidence of their funerary purpose. Items such as pottery, tools, and personal ornaments found alongside the remains suggest that the dead were honored with care and reverence. For Neolithic societies, the act of burying their loved ones with such offerings may have been a way to ensure their safe passage into the afterlife or to maintain a connection with them in the spiritual realm. The Carnac Stones, standing tall and enduring through the ages, could have symbolized the eternal presence of these ancestors, serving as both a tribute and a reminder of their legacy. The cultural significance of honoring the dead in Neolithic societies cannot be overstated. Ancestors were often seen as guardians or intermediaries between the living and the divine, and maintaining their favor was crucial for the community's well-being. The stones might have been the focal point of rituals and ceremonies designed to honor these ancestors, perhaps even serving as a gathering place for the living to commune with the spirits of the departed. In this way, the Carnac Stones could have functioned as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, a place where the past and present intertwined. But could the stones have served more than one purpose? Some researchers suggest that they might have also acted as territorial markers, delineating sacred or communal spaces. The sheer scale and visibility of the alignments would have made them unmistakable landmarks, signaling to neighboring groups that this land was claimed and protected. This dual role, as both a sacred site and a territorial boundary, adds another layer of complexity to the mystery of the Carnac Stones. Were they monuments to the dead, markers of the living, or perhaps both? As we continue to explore, we'll see how these theories intersect, painting a richer picture of the stones' possible significance in the lives of their builders. The Carnac Stones, with their precise rows stretching across the landscape, might have served a purpose far more grounded than the celestial or spiritual theories suggest. Imagine standing in the midst of these towering megaliths, their orderly arrangement creating a sense of division and structure. Could it be that these stones were not just monuments to the heavens or the dead, but also markers of territory defining the boundaries of ancient tribes or communities? This theory, known as the Territorial Marker Hypothesis, offers a compelling perspective on the stones' purpose, one that ties them to the practical realities of life in prehistoric Europe. In many ancient societies, megalithic structures were more than just impressive feats of engineering. They were symbols of power and control. By erecting massive stones in deliberate patterns, a community could assert its dominance over a region, signaling to others that this land was claimed and protected. The Carnac Stones, with their sheer scale and visibility, would have been an unmistakable declaration of ownership. Their rows, stretching for miles, might have functioned as a kind of prehistoric fence, delineating sacred spaces, communal areas, or even the borders between rival groups. This idea isn't unique to Karnak. Across Europe, megalithic sites often serve dual roles as both ceremonial spaces and territorial markers. Take, for example, the famous Stonehenge in England. While it's widely believed to have been a site of ritual and astronomical significance, some researchers argue that its location and construction also served to mark the boundaries of a powerful ancient community. Similarly, the Carnac Stones in Scotland, with their striking alignments, are thought to have been both a place of worship and a territorial claim. These parallels suggest that the Carnac Stones could have fulfilled a similar dual purpose, blending the sacred with the practical. But what might these boundaries have protected or defined? One possibility is that the stones marked sacred spaces, areas reserved for rituals, gatherings, or other communal activities. In a world where the spiritual and the everyday were deeply intertwined, such spaces would have been vital to the social and cultural fabric of the community. Alternatively, the stones could have delineated agricultural lands, hunting grounds, or other resources essential for survival. By marking these areas, the builders of Karnak might have been ensuring that their community's needs were met while also asserting their control over the landscape. As we consider the Territorial Marker Theory, it's worth asking, could the Carnac Stones have been part of a larger ceremonial complex? Some researchers believe that the alignments, burial mounds, and other structures in the area were interconnected, forming a vast network of sacred and functional spaces. If so, the stones might have been just one piece of a much larger puzzle, a puzzle that reveals not only the ingenuity of their builders but also the complexity of their society. Were these stones a declaration of power, a sacred boundary, or both? As we delve deeper into the mystery, the answers only seem to grow more intriguing. The Carnac Stones, with their imposing rows and enigmatic presence, might not have stood alone in their purpose. Imagine the landscape not as a collection of isolated monuments, but as a vast ceremonial complex, a place where the spiritual, social, and practical aspects of life converged. This hypothesis suggests that the stones were part of a larger network of Neolithic sites, each playing a role in the rituals and gatherings of the ancient community. Could these stones have been the heart of a sacred landscape, a place where people came together to celebrate, mourn, or seek guidance from the divine? Nearby, the tumulus of St. Mitchell rises from the earth, a massive burial mound that adds weight to this idea. This monumental structure, along with other dolmens and menhirs scattered across the region, hints at a deeply interconnected ceremonial landscape. The proximity of these sites suggests that the Carnac Stones were not just standalone features but part of a broader system of spiritual and communal activity. Together, these monuments might have formed a stage for rituals that brought the community together, reinforcing social bonds and shared beliefs. Festivals, seasonal celebrations, or rites of passage could have taken place here, with the stones serving as a focal point for collective memory and identity. But what kind of rituals might have unfolded in this ancient setting? Picture a gathering at dawn, the first light of the solstice sun casting long shadows across the stones. Perhaps the community gathered to honor the changing seasons, offering prayers or sacrifices to ensure a bountiful harvest. Or maybe the stones were a place of initiation, where young members of the tribe underwent ceremonies to mark their transition into adulthood. The alignment of the stones with celestial events would have added a layer of cosmic significance to these rituals, connecting the community to the rhythms of the universe. This ceremonial complex hypothesis also raises questions about the stone's role in fostering social cohesion. In a world without written records or centralized authority, shared rituals and sacred spaces would have been essential for maintaining unity and order. The Carnac Stones, with their enduring presence, might have served as a physical reminder of the community's shared history and values. They could have been a place where disputes were settled, alliances forged, or decisions made for the collective good. In this way, the stones were not just monuments to the past but active participants in the life of the community. Yet, as we consider the spiritual and social significance of the stones, it's worth asking, could they have also served a more practical purpose? Some researchers propose that the alignments might have functioned as agricultural markers, helping the community plan their planting and harvesting cycles. The stone's precise positioning could have provided a visual guide for tracking the seasons, ensuring that crops were sown and reaped at the optimal times. This dual role, as both a sacred site and a practical tool, would have made the stones indispensable to the community's survival and prosperity. As we piece together the puzzle of the Carnac Stones, it becomes clear that their purpose was likely multifaceted, reflecting the complexity of the society that built them. Were they a stage for rituals, a symbol of unity, or a tool for survival? Perhaps they were all of these things, their meaning shifting with the needs and beliefs of the people who gathered among them. The stones stand as a testament to the ingenuity and spirituality of their builders, inviting us to imagine the vibrant world they once inhabited. As we continue to unravel the mystery of the Carnac Stones, another intriguing theory emerges, one that ties these ancient megaliths to the rhythms of the Earth itself. Could the stones have served as a prehistoric agricultural calendar, guiding ancient farmers through the cycles of planting and harvesting? This idea, known as the agricultural calendar theory, suggests that the alignments of the stones were carefully designed to mark key moments in the farming year, ensuring the survival and prosperity of the community. Imagine standing among the stones as the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon. The precise positioning of the megaliths could have created a natural observatory, with certain alignments signaling the arrival of spring or the onset of autumn. For a society dependent on agriculture, these markers would have been invaluable. The summer solstice, for example, might have been a signal to begin planting, while the harvest moon could have indicated the time to gather crops. By tracking the sun's movement across the sky, the builders of Karnak could have created a reliable system for managing their agricultural activities, ensuring that they made the most of the growing season. This theory isn't without precedent. Ethnographic studies of other cultures reveal similar practices, where natural landmarks or constructed monuments were used to track time and guide farming. For instance, the ancient Egyptians relied on the annual flooding of the Nile to determine when to plant their crops, while the Maya used elaborate calendars to predict seasonal changes. In Europe, the alignment of megalithic sites like Stonehenge with celestial events suggests that these structures may have served a similar purpose. The Carnac stones, with their precise rows and alignments, could have been part of this broader tradition, a testament to the ingenuity of Neolithic farmers. But why would a society go to such lengths to create an agricultural calendar? The answer lies in the importance of agriculture to Neolithic life. For these early communities, farming wasn't just a way of life, it was the foundation of their survival. A successful harvest meant food for the winter, seeds for the next planting, and the ability to sustain a growing population. By aligning the stones with key agricultural events, the builders of Karnak could have ensured that their community thrived, even in the face of unpredictable weather and changing seasons. Yet, as we consider the practical purpose of the stones, it's worth asking, could they have also served a deeper, more spiritual role? Some researchers suggest that the alignments might have been used for healing rituals or other spiritual practices, blending the practical with the sacred. The stones' connection to the cycles of nature could have made them a powerful symbol of renewal and growth, a place where the community sought not just physical sustenance but also spiritual well-being. This duality of practicality and spirituality adds another layer of complexity to the mystery of the Carnac stones, inviting us to see them not just as tools for survival, but as monuments to the enduring connection between humanity and the natural world. The Carnac stones, with their silent, towering presence, have long been shrouded in mystery, but one of the most intriguing theories suggests they were more than just markers of time or territory. They might have been conduits for healing and spiritual energy. This idea, often referred to as the healing and spiritual energy theory, draws parallels to other megalithic sites like Stonehenge, where similar claims of energy convergence have been made. Could these ancient stones have been placed at points of power, harnessing the Earth's natural energies for rituals, healing, or spiritual connection? At the heart of this theory lies the concept of ley lines, hypothetical alignments said to crisscross the globe, connecting ancient sites and natural landmarks. Proponents of this idea believe that these lines carry a kind of earth energy, and that megalithic structures like the Carnac stones were deliberately positioned at their intersections. The stones, in this view, might have acted as amplifiers or conduits for this energy, creating a space where the spiritual and physical worlds intersected. For the Neolithic people who built them, these sites could have been places of profound significance, where rituals to heal the sick, commune with the divine, or even alter the course of events were performed. Modern-day dowsers and spiritual practitioners have added fuel to this theory, claiming to feel a palpable energy when visiting the Carnac Stones. Some describe sensations of warmth, tingling, or a heightened sense of awareness, while others speak of visions or a deep sense of peace. While these experiences are subjective and difficult to measure scientifically, they echo the beliefs of many ancient cultures that certain places on Earth hold special power. The stones, with their precise alignments and enduring presence, seem to invite such interpretations, as if they were designed to tap into something beyond the visible world. But how did these beliefs take root? Mythology and folklore offer some clues. In Brittany, where the Carnac Stones are located, local legends speak of giants, fairies, and otherworldly beings who shaped the landscape. One tale suggests that the stones were once a Roman legion turned to stone by the wizard Merlin, a story that, while fantastical, reflects the awe and reverence these structures have inspired for millennia. Such myths often serve as a way to explain the inexplicable, attributing the stone's creation and purpose to forces beyond human understanding. Over time, these stories have woven themselves into the cultural fabric, shaping how people interpret the stone's significance. The idea of the Carnac Stones as a site of spiritual energy also raises questions about the role of belief in shaping our understanding of ancient sites. For some, the stones are a testament to the ingenuity and skill of their builders, a physical record of a society's achievements. For others, they are a gateway to the unseen, a place where the boundaries between the material and the mystical blur. This duality of the practical and the spiritual adds yet another layer to the mystery of the Carnac Stones, inviting us to consider not just what they were, but what they continue to mean for those who encounter them. As we explore these ideas, it's worth reflecting on how our own beliefs and experiences shape the way we interpret the past. The Carnac Stones, standing silently for thousands of years, seem to hold a mirror to our collective imagination, reflecting the questions and desires we bring to them. Whether they were a source of healing energy, a sacred ceremonial site, or something else entirely, their enduring allure lies in their ability to inspire wonder and curiosity, drawing us ever deeper into the mysteries they guard. The Carnac Stones, standing like silent sentinels across the Breton landscape, have inspired countless stories over the centuries. Among the most enduring is the legend of Saint Cornelius, a tale that weaves together faith, magic, and the stones themselves. According to local folklore, Saint Cornelius, a Christian bishop fleeing persecution, was pursued by an army of pagan soldiers. Cornered and desperate, he turned to divine intervention, praying for salvation. In response, the heavens answered by transforming the soldiers into stone, creating the rows of megaliths we see today. This story, while fantastical, reflects the deep connection between the stones and the cultural imagination of the people who live among them. Folklore like this has played a significant role in shaping how the Carnac Stones are perceived. For centuries, these tales have been passed down through generations, blending history with myth and giving the stones a sense of mystery and wonder. They've become more than just ancient monuments. They're characters in a living narrative, symbols of a past that feels both distant and intimately familiar. Stories of giants, fairies, and otherworldly beings have further enriched the stones' legacy, turning them into a canvas for the collective imagination. These myths, while not rooted in historical fact, offer a window into how people have tried to make sense of the stone's origins and purpose. But how do these legends hold up against the archaeological evidence? Excavations and studies of the Carnac Stones have revealed a more grounded, though no less fascinating, story. Radiocarbon dating places the construction of the stones around 4,500 BCE, long before the time of Saint Cornelius or any Christian influence. The tools and techniques used to erect the megaliths suggest a highly organized Neolithic society, one capable of coordinating large-scale projects with remarkable precision. While the myths may not align with the scientific timeline, they do highlight the enduring human need to explain the unknown through storytelling. The interplay between myth and archaeology raises an intriguing question. How do we reconcile the stones' factual history with the rich tapestry of folklore that surrounds them? One way to think about it is to see the myths as a form of cultural memory, a way for communities to preserve their connection to the past. Even if the stories aren't literally true, they carry emotional and symbolic truths that resonate across generations. They remind us that the Carnac Stones are more than just a collection of rocks. They're a living part of the landscape, imbued with meaning by the people who have lived alongside them. As we explore the intersection of myth and archaeology, it's worth considering how these stories influence modern interpretations of the site. For some, the legends add a layer of enchantment, transforming the stones into a place of magic and mystery. For others, they serve as a reminder of the stone's cultural significance, a testament to the power of storytelling in shaping our understanding of the past. Whether viewed through the lens of science or folklore, the Carnac Stones continue to captivate, inviting us to imagine the lives and beliefs of those who first raised them to the sky. And as we delve deeper into their history, we'll uncover even more layers of meaning, each one adding to the enduring allure of this ancient site. Archaeological discoveries at the Carnac Stones have offered tantalizing glimpses into the lives of the people who built this enigmatic site. Over the years, excavations have unearthed a wealth of artifacts, from pottery fragments to stone tools, each one a piece of the puzzle. These findings suggest a society that was not only skilled in construction, but also deeply connected to the land and its resources. Among the most significant discoveries are human remains found in nearby burial mounds, some accompanied by grave goods like jewelry and weapons. These burials hint at a culture that honored its dead with care and reverence, perhaps believing in an afterlife or seeking to maintain a connection with their ancestors. Recent advancements in technology have revolutionized our understanding of the Carnac Stones. Ground-penetrating radar, for example, has revealed hidden structures beneath the surface, suggesting that the visible stones are just the tip of the iceberg. This technology has uncovered evidence of additional alignments, burial sites, and even remnants of ancient dwellings, painting a more complex picture of the site. These discoveries challenge earlier assumptions, showing that the Carnac Stones were part of a much larger and more intricate landscape, one that may have served multiple purposes over thousands of years. But what do these findings tell us about the people who built the stones? The pottery and tools suggest a society that was both practical and artistic, capable of crafting functional items while also creating objects of beauty. The human remains, meanwhile, point to a culture with deeply held spiritual beliefs, one that saw death not as an end but as a transition. The presence of grave goods indicates that these beliefs were tied to the material world, with objects serving as offerings or symbols of status. Together, these clues paint a picture of a community that was deeply connected to both the physical and spiritual realms. Yet, interpreting these discoveries is no easy task. The passage of time has erased much of the context, leaving archaeologists to piece together fragments of a story that may never be fully understood. The challenge lies in distinguishing between what we can know and what we can only speculate. For example, while the alignments of the stones suggest an astronomical purpose, we can't be certain how or why they were used in this way. Similarly, the burial practices reveal a reverence for the dead, but the exact nature of their beliefs remains elusive. These uncertainties remind us that the Carnac Stones are not just a site to be studied, but a mystery to be pondered. As we continue to uncover new evidence, the story of the Carnac Stones grows richer and more complex. each discovery adds another layer to our understanding, inviting us to imagine the lives of the people who shaped this extraordinary landscape. What drove them to erect these massive stones? What rituals did they perform here, and what did they hope to achieve? While we may never have all the answers, the ongoing exploration of the Carnac Stones ensures that their story will continue to captivate and inspire for generations to come. Interpreting ancient sites like the Carnac Stones is no simple task. Unlike more recent historical periods where written records provide a roadmap to understanding, the Neolithic era leaves us with only fragments of a story. The people who built these stones left no written language, no detailed accounts of their beliefs or daily lives. Instead, we're left with physical remnant stones, tools, and bones that whisper clues but rarely speak clearly. This lack of direct evidence forces archaeologists to piece together the past like a puzzle with half the pieces missing, relying on context, comparison, and sometimes educated guesswork. One of the greatest challenges is the passage of time. Over thousands of years, natural erosion, human activity, and even climate change have altered the landscape, obscuring the original purpose and function of the stones. What we see today might only be a shadow of what once existed. For example, some researchers believe that the Carnac Stones were once part of a much larger ceremonial complex, with wooden structures or other perishable materials that have long since decayed. Without these elements, our understanding of the site remains incomplete, like trying to read a book with entire chapters torn out. Adding to the complexity is the influence of modern biases and assumptions. Archaeologists, like all of us, are shaped by their cultural and intellectual frameworks, which can color how they interpret the past. For instance, early theories about the Carnac Stones often reflected the prevailing views of their time, with some researchers quick to attribute the site to a single, grand purpose, be it astronomical, spiritual, or territorial. Today, we recognize that ancient societies were far more nuanced, and the stones likely served multiple, overlapping roles. This shift in perspective highlights how our understanding evolves as we question our own assumptions and embrace the complexity of the past. Conflicting theories about the Carnac Stones illustrate just how challenging it can be to decode ancient sites. Some researchers argue that the alignments were primarily astronomical, while others emphasize their role as burial markers or territorial boundaries. Still, others propose that the stones were part of a larger ceremonial network connecting various sites across the landscape. These differing interpretations aren't necessarily contradictory, they might all hold pieces of the truth. The challenge lies in weaving these threads together into a coherent narrative, one that respects the multifaceted nature of the site and the people who built it. When we compare the Carnac Stones to other megalithic sites around the world, the similarities and differences become even more intriguing. Sites like Stonehenge in England, the Carnac Stones in Scotland, and the Moai of Easter Island all share certain characteristics: massive stones, precise alignments, and a sense of enduring mystery. Yet each site also reflects the unique cultural and environmental context of its builders. For example, while Stonehenge is often linked to solstice alignments, the Carnac Stones rows suggest a different kind of celestial or territorial purpose. These comparisons remind us that while megalithic cultures shared certain practices, they were also deeply rooted in their own traditions and landscapes. As we grapple with the challenges of interpreting ancient sites, it's worth reflecting on what these efforts reveal about us as much as about the past. The Carnac Stones, like other megalithic wonders, are a mirror reflecting our curiosity, our creativity, and our desire to connect with those who came before us. They remind us that history is not a fixed story but an ongoing conversation, one that evolves as we uncover new evidence and ask new questions. And in that conversation, the stones continue to speak, inviting us to listen, to wonder, and to imagine the world they once inhabited. The Carnac Stones are far from unique in the grand tapestry of ancient megalithic sites. Across the globe, from the windswept plains of England to the remote islands of the Pacific, similar structures rise from the earth, each one a testament to the ingenuity and spiritual depth of their builders. Take Stonehenge, for example, perhaps the most iconic of all megalithic sites. Like Karnak, Stonehenge features massive stones arranged in precise alignments, many of which correspond to celestial events such as solstices and equinoxes. Yet, while Stonehenge's circular design suggests a focus on cyclical time and cosmic harmony, the Carnac Stones' linear rows evoke a different kind of order, one that might have been tied to territorial boundaries or agricultural cycles. These differences hint at the unique cultural priorities of the societies that built them, even as they share a common thread of reverence for the heavens. Moving to Ireland, the Passage Tomb of Newgrange offers another fascinating comparison. Built around the same time as the Carnac Stones, Newgrange is renowned for its alignment with the winter solstice sunrise. On the shortest day of the year, sunlight streams through a narrow passage, illuminating the inner chamber in a dramatic display of ancient engineering and astronomical knowledge. While Newgrange's purpose seems more clearly tied to burial and the afterlife, its alignment with celestial events echoes the potential astronomical significance of the Carnac Stones. Both sites suggest a deep connection between the living and the dead, the earthly and the cosmic, as if their builders sought to bridge these realms through their monumental creations. On the other side of the world, the Moai of Easter Island stand as another striking example of megalithic ingenuity. These towering stone figures, carved with remarkable skill and transported across the island, were likely erected to honor ancestors or deities. Unlike the Carnac Stones, which are arranged in rows, the Moai are often placed in groups, facing inland as if to watch over the living. Yet, like Karnak, the Moai reflect a society deeply invested in its spiritual and cultural identity, using monumental architecture to express its beliefs and values. The sheer effort required to create and move these statues speaks to the importance of these practices, just as the scale of the Carnac Stones underscores their significance to the Neolithic people of Brittany. What do these comparisons tell us about the Carnac Stones and the societies that built them? For one, they reveal a shared human impulse to create lasting monuments that connect the physical world to the spiritual or cosmic. Whether through alignments with the stars, the honoring of ancestors, or the marking of sacred spaces, these sites reflect a universal desire to make sense of the world and our place within it. At the same time, the differences in design and purpose highlight the unique cultural contexts of each society, reminding us that while ancient peoples shared certain practices, they also adapted them to their own needs and beliefs. In modern times, the Carnac Stones continue to captivate, not just as relics of the past, but as symbols of humanity's enduring quest for meaning. They draw visitors from around the world, each one seeking to connect with the mystery and majesty of this ancient site. For the people of Brittany, the stones are a source of pride and cultural identity, a tangible link to their ancestors and their heritage. And for archaeologists and historians, they remain a puzzle to be solved, a window into a world that, despite our advances, we are still striving to understand. As we stand among these ancient stones, we are reminded of the timeless human drive to create, to honor, and to wonder, a drive that continues to shape our world today. Today, the Carnac Stones stand not just as relics of a distant past, but as living symbols of Brittany's rich cultural heritage. For the people of this region, the stones are more than an archaeological marvel. They are a source of pride, a tangible connection to their ancestors, and a reminder of the ingenuity that shaped their land. Local festivals and traditions often celebrate the stones, weaving them into the fabric of modern life. During events like the annual Fête des Menhirs, the community gathers to honor this ancient legacy, blending music, storytelling, and art with the timeless presence of the megaliths. It's a powerful reminder that the stones are not just monuments to the past, but a vibrant part of the present. The Carnac Stones also play a significant role in tourism, drawing visitors from around the world who come to marvel at their mystery and grandeur. Each year, thousands of people walk among the rows of stones, guided by experts who share the latest theories and discoveries. This influx of visitors has helped boost the local economy, supporting businesses and creating opportunities for cultural exchange. But tourism also brings challenges, as the sheer number of visitors can put stress on the site. Foot traffic, erosion, and even vandalism threaten the stone's preservation, prompting efforts to balance accessibility with protection. To address this, authorities have implemented measures like guided tours and restricted access to certain areas, ensuring that the stones remain intact for future generations. Education is another key aspect of the stone's modern significance. Schools in Brittany often include the Carnac Stones in their curriculum, teaching students about their history, construction, and cultural importance. Field trips to the site allow young people to experience the stones firsthand, fostering a sense of connection to their heritage. Beyond the classroom, the stones have also inspired researchers and scholars who continue to study them in hopes of uncovering new insights. This ongoing exploration ensures that the stones remain a dynamic subject of inquiry, sparking curiosity and debate among experts and enthusiasts alike. Artists, writers, and filmmakers have long been captivated by the Carnac Stones, finding in them a wellspring of inspiration. The stone's enigmatic presence has appeared in countless works of art, from paintings and sculptures to novels and films. Their timeless quality makes them a powerful symbol, evoking themes of mystery, endurance, and the human connection to the natural world. For creators, the stones are not just a subject, they are a muse, inviting endless interpretations and reimaginings. This creative engagement ensures that the stones remain relevant, their legacy continually renewed through the lens of contemporary culture. Yet, as we celebrate the stones' enduring impact, we must also confront the challenges they face. Climate change, urban development, and natural wear all pose threats to the site's preservation. Rising sea levels, for example, could one day erode the coastline, endangering the stone's stability. To combat these risks, conservation efforts are underway, from advanced monitoring technologies to community-led initiatives aimed at raising awareness. These efforts highlight the delicate balance between preserving the past and embracing the future, a challenge that requires both innovation and respect for tradition. The Carnac Stones, with their silent strength and timeless allure, remind us of the power of human creativity and the importance of safeguarding our shared heritage. They are a bridge between the ancient and the modern, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who came before us. As we continue to explore, protect, and celebrate these remarkable monuments, we ensure that their story and the stories of the people who built them will never be forgotten. The Carnac Stones have stood for millennia, weathering the passage of time, but today they face new and pressing threats. Erosion, both natural and accelerated by human activity, is one of the most significant challenges. The stones, exposed to the elements for thousands of years, are vulnerable to wind, rain, and even the shifting climate. Rising sea levels, a consequence of global warming, pose an additional risk, as the coastline near Karnak could erode, destabilizing the stones and the landscape they inhabit. These natural forces, combined with the wear and tear of countless visitors, create a delicate balancing act between preservation and accessibility. Urban development is another growing concern. As towns and cities expand, the pressure to build new infrastructure can encroach on ancient sites like Karnak. Roads, housing, and commercial projects threaten to disrupt the integrity of the landscape, potentially overshadowing or even damaging the stones. Vandalism, though less common, remains a persistent issue. Graffiti, unauthorized excavations, and careless behavior by visitors can leave lasting scars on these irreplaceable monuments. Each act of neglect or destruction chips away at a legacy that belongs not just to Brittany, but to humanity as a whole. To combat these threats, a range of preservation efforts have been put into action. Protective legislation has been enacted to safeguard the site, restricting development and regulating access. Conservation projects led by archaeologists and local authorities focus on stabilizing the stones, repairing damage, and monitoring environmental changes. Advanced technologies such as 3D scanning and drone surveys are now being used to document the site in unprecedented detail, creating a digital record that can guide future preservation work. These efforts ensure that the stones remain intact for generations to come, even as the world around them changes. Organizations like UNESCO have also played a crucial role in protecting the Carnac Stones. Recognized as part of the broader cultural heritage of humanity, the site benefits from international support and expertise. UNESCO World Heritage designation not only raises awareness of the stone's significance, but also provides funding and resources for conservation. This global recognition underscores the importance of preserving sites like Karnak, not just for their historical value, but as symbols of our shared human story. As we reflect on the challenges facing the Carnac Stones, it's worth considering what they reveal about our relationship with the past and the future. These ancient monuments are more than just relics. They are a testament to the ingenuity, creativity, and resilience of the people who built them. They remind us that our actions today have consequences that ripple across time, shaping the legacy we leave for those who come after us. By protecting the Carnac Stones, we honor not only the builders of the past but also the generations yet to come, ensuring that this extraordinary site continues to inspire and captivate for thousands of years more. The Carnac Stones, with their silent grandeur and enigmatic presence, are more than just a window into the past. They are a mirror reflecting the timeless aspects of the human experience. Across millennia, these stones have stood as a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with the cosmos, our search for meaning, and our deep need for connection. They remind us that despite the vast gulf of time separating us from their builders, we share the same fundamental questions. Who are we? Where do we come from? And what is our place in the universe? The stones, in their quiet way, invite us to ponder these questions alongside our ancestors, bridging the gap between ancient and modern minds. One of the most striking aspects of the Carnac Stones is how they reveal humanity's innate desire to understand and interact with the cosmos. The precise alignments of the stones suggest a society deeply attuned to the rhythms of the heavens, using the stars and the seasons to guide their lives. This celestial connection isn't unique to Karnak. It's a thread that runs through countless cultures and eras, from the pyramids of Egypt to the observatories of the Maya. It speaks to a universal human impulse to look to the skies for answers, to find patterns in the chaos, and to seek harmony with the forces that shape our world. In this way, the Carnac Stones are not just a relic of the past, but a reminder of our shared curiosity and wonder. But the stones also tell a story of community and collaboration. Erecting thousands of megaliths across the landscape would have required not just technical skill, but a profound sense of shared purpose. Imagine the effort, the coordination, the labor, the collective vision that went into creating this monumental site. It's a testament to the power of human cooperation, to the ability of a community to come together and achieve something extraordinary. This spirit of unity, of working toward a common goal, is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. The stones remind us that, at our core, we are social beings driven by the need to connect, to create, and to leave a lasting legacy. At the same time, the Carnac Stones highlight the spiritual dimension of human existence. Whether they served as burial sites, ceremonial spaces, or markers of sacred territory, the stones were clearly imbued with deep meaning. They were places where the living could commune with the dead, where the earthly and the divine intersected. This spiritual impulse to honor the unseen, to seek transcendence, is another thread that connects us to our ancestors. It's a reminder that, across cultures and centuries, humans have sought to make sense of the mysteries of life and death, to find solace and purpose in the face of the unknown. As we reflect on what the Carnac Stones reveal about humanity, it's worth considering how they might inspire us to look to the future. What new discoveries await us as we continue to explore ancient sites like Karnak? How might advances in technology, from ground-penetrating radar to artificial intelligence, help us uncover the secrets of the past? And what lessons can we take from the stones as we navigate the challenges of our own time? The stones remind us that, while the world may change, the fundamental aspects of the human experience, our curiosity, our creativity, our need for connection, remain constant. They challenge us to think not just about where we've been, but where we're going and how we might leave our own mark on the world. In the end, the Carnac Stones are more than just a historical mystery. They are a call to reflection, a bridge between past and present, and a reminder of the enduring power of human ingenuity and imagination. As we stand among these ancient stones, we are invited to see ourselves not as separate from history, but as part of an unbroken chain, stretching back thousands of years and reaching forward into the unknown. What will future generations make of our own monuments, our own attempts to make sense of the world? The stones, silent and steadfast, leave us with this question, and with the hope that, like them, we too might endure. As we look to the future, the Carnac Stones hold the promise of even more revelations, thanks to the rapid advancements in technology and the growing collaboration between archaeologists, historians, and scientists. Imagine the possibilities: ground-penetrating radar, LiDAR imaging, and even artificial intelligence could uncover hidden structures or patterns beneath the surface that have eluded us for centuries. These tools allow researchers to see beyond what the naked eye can detect, offering a glimpse into the lives of the people who built this extraordinary site. With each new discovery, our understanding of the Carnac Stones and the Neolithic world they represent could be transformed, revealing layers of meaning we've only begun to scratch. One of the most exciting prospects is the potential for interdisciplinary research. By combining archaeology with fields like geology, astronomy, and even genetics, we can piece together a more comprehensive picture of the past. For example, studying the chemical composition of the stones might reveal where they were quarried, shedding light on ancient trade routes and resource networks. Genetic analysis of human remains found nearby could provide insights into the health, diet, and migration patterns of the people who lived here. And by integrating astronomical data, we might uncover new alignments or celestial connections that deepen our understanding of the stone's purpose. This collaborative approach not only enriches our knowledge but also highlights the interconnectedness of ancient societies. Public engagement is another crucial aspect of the future of Karnak. As technology makes archaeological research more accessible, there's an opportunity to involve the broader community in the exploration and preservation of this ancient site. Virtual reality tours, interactive exhibits, and citizen science projects could allow people from around the world to experience the stones in new ways, fostering a deeper appreciation for their cultural and historical significance. By making the past more tangible and engaging, we can inspire a new generation of explorers and stewards who will carry the torch of discovery forward. But with these opportunities come responsibilities. As we uncover more about the Carnac Stones, we must also ensure that the site is protected for future generations. Climate change, urban development, and the pressures of tourism all pose significant threats to the stone's preservation. Balancing accessibility with conservation will require innovative solutions, from sustainable tourism practices to advanced monitoring systems that track environmental changes. The challenge is to honor the past while embracing the future, ensuring that the stones remain a source of wonder and inspiration for centuries to come. As we reflect on the journey we've taken through the mysteries of the Carnac Stones, several key takeaways emerge. These ancient megaliths are more than just a collection of rocks. They are a testament to the ingenuity, spirituality, and resilience of the people who built them. They remind us of our shared humanity, our enduring curiosity, and our deep connection to the natural world. Whether as an astronomical observatory, a sacred burial ground, or a territorial marker, the stones speak to the complexity of Neolithic life and the timeless questions that drive us to explore, create, and seek meaning. The story of the Carnac Stones is far from over. With each new discovery, we come closer to unraveling the secrets they hold, but the journey is as important as the destination. As we continue to study and protect this remarkable site, we honor not only the builders of the past but also the generations yet to come. The stones, standing silently across the Breton landscape, invite us to keep asking questions, to keep searching for answers, and to keep marveling at the mysteries of our shared history. And in doing so, they remind us that the past is never truly lost. It lives on in the stories we tell, the discoveries we make, and the connections we forge across time. The Carnac Stones, with their silent rows stretching across the Breton landscape, remain one of history's most captivating enigmas. As we've explored, these ancient megaliths defy simple explanation, their purpose as multifaceted as the people who built them. Were they an astronomical observatory meticulously aligned with the heavens to track the cycles of the sun and moon? Or perhaps a sacred burial ground where the living honored their ancestors and sought connection with the spiritual realm? Could they have served as territorial markers, asserting control over the land and its resources? The truth, it seems, lies somewhere in the interplay of these theories, each one offering a glimpse into the ingenuity and complexity of Neolithic life. What makes the Carnac Stones so extraordinary is not just their scale or precision, but the way they reflect the universal human experience. They remind us that ancient people, much like us, grappled with questions of existence, sought meaning in the cosmos, and found ways to express their beliefs through monumental acts of creativity. The stones are a testament to the power of human collaboration, the drive to leave a lasting legacy, and the deep connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. They challenge us to see the past not as a distant, unknowable place, but as a mirror reflecting our own curiosity, resilience, and desire to understand the world around us. Yet for all we've learned, the Carnac Stones remain shrouded in mystery. Each discovery raises new questions, each theory invites further exploration. What rituals took place among these stones? What stories did they tell, and what dreams did they inspire? The answers may never be fully known, but perhaps that's part of their enduring allure. The stones remind us that some mysteries are meant to endure, inviting us to wonder, to imagine, and to connect with the past in our own way. As we close this journey into the heart of the Carnac Stones, let's leave with a thought from the philosopher Carl Sagan, who once said, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." The stones, standing silently for thousands of years, are a testament to that idea, a reminder that the past holds endless wonders waiting for us to uncover them. What do you think the Carnac Stones were meant to represent? How do they inspire you to think about our shared human history? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of our world. Together, let's keep the spirit of discovery alive.